And a very warm welcome to all of you. Mike Cavalli here on the Mediumship Show. If this is the first time you've joined us, I know we're on YouTube and Facebook. We've experienced a lot of difficulties of late, technical difficulties. So I've switched computers and switched browsers and done all kinds of things, which one shouldn't have to do. But anyway, it looks like so far it's working. So today we're going to be, if this is the first time you join us, connecting with loved ones in spirit. We don't know who's going to come through, and naturally I can't force anyone to come through. This is a wonderful system that's been created, because whilst I can't force anyone to come through, anyone wishing to come through can't force me to take the message. So it's a real safety valve for both people. In all the years I've done this, though, with mental mediumship, this is as opposed to physical mediumship, table tipping and trance and things like this, no one has ever got into trouble with mental mediumship. It's really the safest. In fact, safe doesn't even come into it. It's a no-brainer. It's one of the most natural things that we have, that we possess, and so there's nothing really to be frightened of if ever you're thinking of going along the path of mediumship. And I think you should. I think everyone is becoming more intuitive right now, and people are learning to trust their intuition a little bit more, and this is good. And what I want to say to people is, you can't be wrong. If you're working from that heart center, you can't be wrong. Even if the outcome you was hoping for didn't manifest, you did the right thing by working from the heart. I find that more and more people are working this way from the heart center. They're still struggling a bit because the old monkey mind wants to keep everything as it is, and that isn't the way it's going to be. By the way, I've got a white cat that's just popped in right now. It looks to me to be brilliant white, so she's here. Let's see if anyone else can pick that up. Maybe if you're listening to this in the replay, you'll be able to catch up on it. But before we get on with everything, I want to again mention our friends, Dr. Linda Kramer. You can find her on Facebook, Dr. Linda Kramer Paranormal, and she talks about all kinds of things. But here's her book, 5 Years in Heaven. And so definitely worth going over to their website. I just want to say one thing about this. Many mediums say when they bring a loved one through, the loved one in spirit misses you. I get a bit alarmed by this, but there's two aspects to this. One of them is three aspects. One, the medium is wrong. The other is that the person in spirit is coming through, showing their personality, how it was on the earth plane, and that's it. Otherwise, there is no missing anyone, for this reason that Linda spent 5 years in heaven, and I think she was under for 15 minutes. Since time is different over there, because there is time. Another myth is that there is no time. There is time, just everything runs past, present and future together. So it's not this lateral time that we have. Let's say my father died, I don't know, some 18 years ago, and my mother died 5 years after he did. Now, that in terms of the spirit world is not even a minute, I would say. Not even a minute. So, if a husband has died early and the wife is left for 40 years on her own, if that's a loving relationship, the husband, I can assure you, will not miss the wife because he knows she's coming next week or in 3 days' time. And that 3 days' time is like 40 years on the earth plane. So I wouldn't worry if you get a message from a medium saying, oh, he misses you so much. It could simply be that it's misinterpreted, or that person in spirit is coming through and saying things in a way that the person receiving the message can understand. But it's my experience, they don't miss us per se like that. And of course they join us in sleep state. So I don't understand that aspect of things, and it would be nice actually if a medium could explain that to me. Maybe I'm missing something. It's not my understanding, and it's what Jeanne has been telling me. So anyway, that's just one of the things that's been on my mind this week. If you want to connect with spirit, then please send in a text. Let's see who you want to connect with, or is it a general question, or is it you want to hear from your guides, or have you got a question about your path or something like this? We can look at all of these things. Just text it in and we'll see what we can do for you. Other questions that have popped up this week have been about the soul, and what is the soul, and the souls of animals, and so on and so forth. And this is a very complex question, but it's my understanding that all sentient beings have a soul, and there's no dog soul or cat soul, and there's no human soul. It's a contradiction, a human soul. There is a soul, and the way I see it is the soul decides, for whatever reason, maybe it discusses it amongst other souls and says, we need someone on the earth plane to fulfill a certain mission. And so they begin to create an energy that becomes Mike. And Mike is fully conscious of, once this energy is built up, fully conscious of his task on the earth plane until he gets to the earth plane. And then he has to figure it out himself. So it isn't about a human experience coming here to learn. Again, to me, it seems a pointless thing, since the human form was created by the soul, and a fragment of that soul comes to the earth plane, and that soul is a fragment of the divine. So you can see how big this all gets. And perhaps there is a fragment of a soul that was an insect, that entered into an insect, because this insect was needed for whatever reason. The insect was required on the earth plane, and heaven forbid you accidentally tread on that insect and you kill it. In a sense, you kill the essence of the life form, of partly yourself as well, but the soul continues as well. I'd like to have a discussion about the soul, so I'd like to bring someone in at some point and have a soulful discussion, because actually this human experience is pretty much a flash in the pan in the spirit world. And from what Jeanne tells me, one of the reasons that we have this creation is to have expansion, more expansion in the universe. We often hear about the ever expanding universe. It is because of us on the earth plane, and for whatever reason the divine decides someone like me is needed, or someone like Jeanne is needed, or someone like yourself is needed. Again, it's questions that we really can't answer here, but I can tell you it's not about the human experience learning something for when they die, they can go back to the spirit world. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. What's the point of it? If you die, and obviously we're talking very loosely here, and you go back to the spirit world and they say, well, you know, Mike, you didn't learn your lessons, so you've got to go back. Okay, well, what did I do wrong? Well, that's for you to find out. So back you go again, and you can obviously be making the same mistakes over and over again. That doesn't sound like a very intelligent and a very caring and loving healing guides or a spirit world or the divine. So that to me is not the point, is not the question. The body dies, but consciousness lives on. And depending on how high your vibration of consciousness is, depending on what the human entity has helped feed consciousness, depending on how much information the soul has been allowed to feed the consciousness, will determine where you reside in the spirit world, you know, in the heavenly realms at the base level, or the heavenly realms in the next level, or perhaps you might need to be in the astral plane a little bit with the help of guides to bring you up. It's not punishment and it's not reward, it's vibrational, that's all it is. So this is why I feel that we should just try and be the best version of the person we can, and try not to deliberately go about killing insects and life. You know, when you swish a wasp away, that might have a fragment of your soul in there as well. Just to give you food for thought. Right, so let's get on with a reading here. I've got these pinhole glasses because I've been doing a lot of editing over the last 6 or 7 months, and this computer has ruined my eyes, and I don't want to start wearing glasses because I know that's a track to go down where you need stronger glasses. So I got these pinhole glasses which I use for sun gazing also. Very good for reading. So let's see. I'd like a message from my guide. Okay, see if my guide comes through. Okay, message from your guide. Okay. Well, your guide is first of all, is a very naturally calm person, but they're giving me a lot of excitement at the moment for you. So I feel there's also somebody in the family coming around that's excited for you because of the many changes that are going on. I just want to give you August as an important month for you, and around about the 12th of August, this coming very quickly as well. I just wondered if the little white cat is for you that come in. Don't worry if it's not for you, it's for someone else, but this cat is sitting here very patiently. So your guide, let's get back to your guide. Your guide is this one who I've got here is surprise, not a Native American Indian. This is more of an ancient soul. This is more of someone, we're going back to biblical times. This is not your only guide, by the way. I know you've got a shamanic guide, but the person who steps in here is someone that goes back to biblical times. And this person is going to help you with your spirituality, and what they're trying to do to you right now with your spirituality is to get it into a place to help you use it to forward yourself in your work and social experiences on the earth plane. And once you've got that in place, then you'll be able to use these gifts more beneficially for spiritual work. Let's have a look what it says here. The cat is not for me. It might be for another person. Yeah, I know. I mean, cats are pretty stubborn anyway, so they'll just stick around. So anyway, so this is your guide at the moment that stepped in. You may have felt, I'm being told, a different presence of energy around you, and this normally happens when you're in bed of a night time, you'll feel this energy. It's a change from the normal energy that you have. It's a much calmer one. This person is quite strict also, but when I say strict, it's not in the human sense of strict. Very precise, very accurate in the words that they choose. And I think, thank you, I think you'll find you will now start, use your authentic voice a lot more and begin to speak out a lot more. It's becoming clearer now what this person has stepped in for, because you're not speaking out clearly enough. Like most good people, rather than say what we feel or say what we want, we tend to not want to argue. And if somebody says something that you don't agree with or is argumentative, we just let it go. But this person is here to help you use your authentic voice to keep your throat center open, so that you can speak more. It's not even clearly or not even profoundly. It's when you speak, people will understand what you're saying and won't be able to try and hoodwink you or pull the wool over your eyes or try and convince you of anything else, because the vibration that you'll be carrying is one that says, this is what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, and you can't try and twist this or make this any other way. Now, I know that sometimes you feel quite lonely and you feel a little bit isolated, but this period is passing also. This period of isolation is coming to an end. You will see that before the summer's out, you will start to be meeting more people, I'm told. Some of them spiritual, and some of them are just people that want to have fun. And it's important that you have both at the moment. And you can separate the two. You can have your spiritual friends and your fun friends. The fun friends will be superficial, and eventually you'll get fed up with the superficial and you'll just stick with the spiritual friends. But I want to say, spiritual people have a great sense of humour as well. So once again, we find ourselves, please start mixing in I would say, spiritual circles that are fun, that wherever you go you feel inspired, that make you laugh, make you giggle, because this is so important, because this is what's missing a little bit from your life. I think on the work front, this is going to be okay for a while. The feeling that I'm given here is, okay, it gets me out of trouble, it gets me a little bit financially secure and so on, but it's not what I want. Thank you. And again, this is what your guide, the one with the throat center, is helping you to do, helping you to formulate your thoughts into words so that you can get the right position you want. So let me have a look what you said here. Okay, maybe that's why right now my throat is hurting. Okay, because I'm not speaking. Yes, I do feel lonely sometimes, and sometimes not sure what else should I do to be more in spiritual circles. Well, you don't actually have to do anything, just enjoy the spiritual circles that you're in. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's pull this one up. Or does it present natural, this opportunity to be in new circles? Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. It's natural. It'll come naturally. I must tell you, a shaman friend of mine, and this will explain it a lot clearer. I used to travel every week on an aeroplane. Every week for almost 10 years. And we were talking, and I said, George, I've got so much to do that I know if I'm on a plane and the plane should have an accident and crash, I would survive it because I know I've got more to do. And he said, Mike, when you're ready, you won't get on that plane. And I think this is the same with you in the sense that there is nothing you have to do. Just trust your instincts and enjoy what you do. Often when we're in circles, we we think. We want to think, and we want to try and do our best through thinking. But when we're working in the spiritual world, we think with our heart, and that's a lot easier to think with, actually. And one of the ways you can think with your heart, and I do it all the time, is I put my hand on my heart and I sometimes look down. I find it easier to look down, and then I'm able to think from my heart. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to go looking for new circles. They will find you, as long as you make yourself aware. Okay, I think I put that one up. Yeah. So the important thing also, thank you, is to have what we call a me day. And a me day is something where you just get up on your day off, where you've got no plans, and you just decide, you'll get up when you get up, and you decide you're going to do something that'll make you feel special. It can be anything. It can be going for a walk in the forest. It can be going to the gym. It can be going, I don't know, on a synchronicity walk, go to the hairdressers, go and have an expensive cup of coffee and have that cake that you know you shouldn't have, but just enjoy the damn thing. Spoil yourself. This raises your vibration, and this is how things will come to you. That's why you don't have to go looking for new circles. They'll come up on your feed. You'll bump into someone. So the moment you stop looking, but just make yourself aware, then it starts to fit in place. So yes, if your throat is hurting and you've had problems with your throat, it is most likely from a spiritual point of view that's manifested itself into a physical bodily imbalance, that it is this guide here that's coming through and trying to get you to speak your mind to be your authentic self. I mean, here's the situation, Daya, and I know this to be the case because they're telling me quite clearly. You have found yourself in situations where you have had your back against the wall and there's nowhere to go, and you've had to face the problem. And you have faced it, I'm told, with absolute impeccability and perfection. And that's your authentic you. Whenever we're faced and there's nowhere to run, our authentic self comes out. And you've achieved that. And I think it's no more than 2 years. It might even be a year. But it was something that you had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, except face the situation. And you faced it very, very well. So let me see what it says here. Mike, what does the sword in the meditation mean? Once Archangel Michael gave it to me, and last time in our mediumship circle I saw it, that it was given to me. Is this a symbol of talking truth? Well, I think it can mean many things, but it can be a symbol of truth because of what it represents. I'm not sure what it represents in the tarot, but obviously, you know, I'm affiliated with Jeanne, and she had her sword, although her banner was most important, but it is a symbol of strength also, and it is a symbol of also being aware. There's two things, that sometimes you have to get your sword out and fight, and there's other times where you can put your sword away. So, you know, if we throw stones at every dog that barks, we'll never reach our destination. But have the stones ready, have the sword ready. Sometimes you'll need it, and when you don't need it, put it away. It is your strength, and we all need that. So either way, it's a very positive thing that you got, especially if it comes from Archangel Michael. If it come from Archangel Gabriel, that would have been even better. But hey, you know, these are just interpretations that we have. So yes, look upon it please as truth, look upon it as strength, and look upon it as wisdom, knowing when to use the sword and when not to use the sword. Now, when we say use the sword, we don't literally mean go slaying people. It is a symbolic idea of you putting yourself first, you not standing for nonsense, you getting people in your life that no longer serve you. You have to get the sword out and brush them aside, let's put it that way, rather than slay them. So it is a combination of all these things. And since you received this from him, you will probably find that you're going to receive more and more of these symbols from him. So let's see. Did I just read that one? In the tarot, it means everything about the mind and what you speak, your thoughts, what you do say, and what you decide. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to say I don't know anything about any tarot reading. I don't know what the cards mean, angels and so on. I know you do. You're very good at it, by the way, anyone listening in. She's excellent with the tarot cards. So I would say to you, how do you feel from what I've said and how it compares to the tarot? Can you somehow make the two interlock together? You see, I get my information also from Jeanne, and Jeanne is a warrior, and so the sword is also a symbol of warrior. And we know that your throat center's hurting because you saying you haven't been using your authentic voice. Okay, so if looking at it from Jeanne's point of view, we could say it's also time to bring out the warrior in you. This doesn't mean you have to be aggressive or arrogant, but it means standing tall, standing strong, and not backing down, as it were, when you know something is no good for you to back down. It takes courage, because I know a lot of spiritual people that just want peace, but actually you won't get peace while you keep backing down and not being your authentic self. You have to find a way that works for you, so that you can move forward in your life, because while you have these blocks, it'd be difficult to move forward. So the advice would be, in your case, start removing some small blocks that are easy to deal with, and then start removing people in your life that no longer serve you, that hinder you, perhaps ridicule you, laugh at you, or talk behind your back, and they're talking behind. We have to have the courage to get these people to move onto their path and leave your path clear. Let's have a look here. Also, I saw a white dragon and a white lion. I know more or less the lion meaning, but the dragon, that might be some guides, I believe. Well, yeah, I mean, the dragon, the first thing that comes to me is the breath of fire. And so does it mean that sometimes, because you don't speak your piece, when you do speak it, bomb, it all comes out in one? More power to you. But then perhaps you feel bad because you might have upset someone. But I would see the dragon as also a symbol of strength, a symbol of protection also. And, the dragon has got a bad rap, just like the snake. It's got a really bad rap. So I would see the dragon as positive. I wouldn't say, thanks, at this level that it's a guide. I feel that this is an energy, if you like, albeit a visual energy at the moment, that has been presented to you. So it looks to me like you're getting covered from all angles. Yeah, I've just read that one. So I would say, and this is what I often tell people, the human mind wants to always analyse and say, why is this? Of course we do, it's natural. However, since you've received the sword, since you've received the dragon, I think you know if it's good or bad. And I would say, despite what I've said, despite what the cards say, Just trust you've been given it and allow it to unfold. Allow it to allow yourself to see the reason why it's there. I personally feel it is with the sword, it is your strength. It is the warrior within you that's beginning to come out. And I just want to say this also. Oh, let me just see what you got to say. Sometimes when I say a message in readings at the end, I doubt myself. Face green, smiling. Maybe I need more confidence and own more my words. Yeah, absolutely own your own words. Absolutely. This business of confidence with mediums, it's the bane of mediums. It is the biggest nightmare for mediums. And, you know, even the TV mediums, they have their doubts sometimes. It depends on the day. If you've had a really shitty day, and maybe you've had 2 or 3 bad days and you've got to do a reading 3 days later and you've had 3 days of hell, well, you're human. How are you supposed to feel good and confident? But somehow as a medium, like any other work you do, you pull it around and you just do the reading. And of course, this ties in with the voice. If you lack the confidence in what you're saying, because many of us think, you know, after, oh, was that my imagination? Or, oh, that was a good guess. If you think like that, then you'll never advance down the line of mediumship. So be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, and know that once you've opened up, you will get information from the spirit world. And then it's the more you do it, the more you'll believe. And that's all there is to it. So when you do the cards, you absolutely 100% believe when you lay the cards out, you believe exactly what you're saying, because you have the information. And it'd be the same with mediumship. The more you do it, the more you will know the difference between your thoughts and the thoughts of spirit world. And sometimes our thoughts do come in. Of course they do. And it also depends on the sitter. If they're sitting there like this and they're saying no, no, no all the time, then it gets difficult to make a good reading. I mean, we can work around this. An experienced medium will know exactly what's going on and will be able to stop the way the reading is going very quick. So yes, just more constant. The power of words. Own your own words and know the meaning of words. This is the most important thing. Mike, one last question. I'm starting to help a lady with a project to help immigrants with information. What my guides can tell me about it. Should I continue with this project, or is it good for me? Okay, the first thing I got here, for now it's good for you. Okay, anybody who is in service for the greater good will raise their vibration. And what they tell me is continue doing it until it no longer serves you. If you help just one person, then that's a great job you've done. So once you start this, you don't have to make this a life vocation. I feel this is just another aspect of your journey, because this is spiritual work. Be very clear about this. This is very spiritual work. So I feel you should start this until it no longer serves you, because I feel this will open up other directions for you. It will increase your confidence generally, because what I see with you, and you can look this up, is you are a multi-potentialite, as I am. And this word multi-potentialite has been given a bad rap. It used to give the idea that people start something and they never see it through, and they finish and then go on to something else, get bored of it and do something else. No, multi-potentialites are responsible for more new industry than people who just tag on the idea of someone else and make it their own. So this is a very positive aspect, a multi-potentialite, and this is you. So I feel that you should do this until it no longer serves you. And that's the long and the short of it. And this would also, thank you, will give you an opportunity to express your voice to authority. You'll be able to speak more confidently with authority, especially in a language that isn't your mother tongue. And this will be really a big help. So yes, go ahead and do it. You might just want to help one person and say, it's not for me. The trick is to not let the mind make the decision for you, to let the heart make the decision for you. So that if you get on this road, you help one person and the heart's saying, well, yeah, that was a good experience, but this isn't for me. Don't let the mind say, yeah, but people need you. They need you. You're doing a great job. Yeah, there's other people as well who can help. So in other words, that this is your time. This is your time for you to get yourself up and running and do the things that you want to do. As with all of us, by the way, no one is getting forsaken. And other people have self-responsibility as well to make sure that they are responsible for their own life, and if they need help, to know where to look for help. So it's also the same for you. You have a duty to yourself above anything else. And once you're in that position where you're happy, you're joyful, you're in that loving energy, then you'll find more things will come to you. Your vibration gets higher, you'll get more of what you want, and you'll be helping people without even thinking you're helping people. It won't be any strain, any bother. You'll just carry on doing it as you normally would. So let's just have a look here. Is there a message about love? You told me last time there is someone near you, but I haven't been able to see him again. I don't want to rush or push things. Okay, yeah, Daya, that is exactly it. Don't rush or push things. The more you push, the more the universe is going to push back right now. This is about allowing. And when you feel confident and when you feel worthy in the sense of, I know someone's coming. I'm going to keep the door open. I'm going to do some window shopping. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep the door. So you're keeping that love energy going. Don't worry about it. As long as you have that intention, and as long as you're window shopping, and as long as you're walking down the street and you're seeing that guy and thinking, oh, he's nice, like him, that's all you need to do. And then just get on with your life, and then it will come. But you have to be open to the possibility. And I thank you. And I know here's a block. You're, I believe, of that character, of that nature, that when you go out with someone, you're thinking, well, I want to go out with someone that is the right one, and I don't want to go out with someone that after 2 or 3 dates it isn't going to work. Well, you know what? Do that. Go out with someone with no expectation, 2 or 3 dates. 1 date does not constitute a lifetime experience. So you can enjoy the experience of 1 or 2 dates, and when you're in your own power, you can go, nah, he's a nice lad, but he's not really the one for me. And you don't even have to work out why he isn't the one for you. You just know he's not the one for me. And then just move on. But it is close because you're ready now and you want it now. So it's almost impossible to give an absolute timeline trajectory with this. Maybe it's the 12th of August that I gave earlier to you, because that's just popped back into my mind. So just hang on to the 12th of August, in and around, see what happens there. And just go about your business day, knowing it's coming. The moment you push, and not look is fine, but the moment you push, the universe will push back on you. and then it will delay it even more. It's been a path that you've been on, I'm told. It's been a journey that you've been on. There's been a lot of pain, a lot of anxiety. Thank you, but that's the old you. And the new you, I think it must be about 6, 7, 8 months, a new you has begun to develop. You probably have felt that. Now, what I wanted to say to you is, because this has popped in again, because I know Jeanne is here with you, and she is going to put her energy through to you now. Usually it might be a little cold chill up and down the spine. She's made me aware that she wants you to feel her energy. If it's not up and down the spine, it might be across the third eye, and it'll feel like a bandana or something like this. So there you are. She's coming in. Thank you, Mike, for your messages. And many blessings to you, and many blessings to you. So when we go now, just sit there for a few moments and just feel Jeanne's energy rising up and down your spine or across your third eye. It should feel like a bandana. It could be tingling or a little bit of pressure that goes all the way around there. And know that she's with you, because you are a warrior. That's very, very clear. And it's time when you got your sword, you got your dragon, you got all the tools that are needed now for you to advance. And the last message I want to leave to you is this: why fly like a barnyard owl when you can soar like an eagle? And I think you are now getting in place to soar like an eagle. And when you are ready to believe that you are soaring like an eagle, you won't look back. So take these messages from Spirit, take these messages from your guides, and thank you everyone else who come along and listened in. I see we got lots of people listening in there. No one else seemed to want to ask any questions. That's okay. I think that the chat remains open when we close, so you can put a question in there, and I'll answer it. I might take a couple of days to get to you, but I will answer it, and then we'll see where we go from there. So anyway, in the meantime, this is me, Mike Cavalli, signing off, saying bye-bye for now. And I look forward to your company next time, and I look forward to your comments. This is Mike and Jeanne signing off. Bye-bye for now.